Is Kevin Durant leaving the Brooklyn Nets? If so, where will he touch down? A source told USA Today Sports on Thursday that the 33-year-old Brooklyn Nets player has requested a trade. The news of Durant's request was first reported by ESPN and The Athletic. Here is a list of prospective trade targets for the Nets, organized by best potential return and theoretical probability of a generous offer.
But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
First up, the Raptors unlikely to offer Scotty Barnes. Any team would be motivated to give up its top potential to acquire Durant, right? But hold on, the market sets the price, and the Raptors are one of the few clubs with the mix of draft assets, rising players, and competitive wages that appeal to the Nets. Although Brooklyn would want Barnes, Toronto might have the greatest deal with OG Anunoby and several first-round picks, up to 4 available, along with 3 potential swaps. Durant's salary for the current season is $44.1 million, and his deal is good through 2025-26. To match his salary, an acquiring team must contribute at least $35.2 million. The Raptors need to add more players, which may be a combination of role players and prospects like Precious Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn, Delano Batten, Kem Birch, Thaddeus Young, and or Chris Bocher, or important rotation players like Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. However, Barnes will likely cross a threshold for the Raptors. Next up, Suns with Bridges and picks. The Phoenix Suns have 4 first-round picks up for grabs, plus 3 trades just like the Toronto Raptors. In a deal for Durant, Mikal Bridges stood out as a crucial component. Phoenix is already well on its way thanks to his $20.1 million. But what about the talented center DeAndre Ayton? Ayton can veto any trade because Phoenix matched the Indiana Pacers offer sheet this summer. Deals with the Nets would need Ayton's approval, which is not certain. Jay Crowder, Dario Ari, and Cameron Johnson are possible additional hires to complete the payment. Anunoby or Bridges would be the question if the picks from Toronto and Phoenix were the same, followed by the supporting cast, where the Raptors might have the advantage. Which team should be the most eager to spend their draft money on Durant? He is a win-now player, but is he worth the amount the Utah Jazz received in exchange for Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert? Of the 3, he is the best player, but also the eldest. If Durant insists on a trade, the answer will probably determine which team completes the transaction. Next off, Memphis all in. One of the most thrilling teams in the league is the Memphis Grizzlies, who are captained by all-star Ja Morant. Would the team alter its strategy and part with some of its young core in exchange for a proven legendary winger like Durant? Desmond Bane significantly surpassed his 2020 draft position, number 30, along with Dylan Brooks and prospects like Zaire Williams, Jake LaRavia, Santi Aldama, David Roddy, etc. Danny Green's $10 million can be guaranteed. Or would a deal worth $28.9 million for 2022 to 2023, centered on Jaren Jackson Jr. and other parts, make more sense for both teams? In addition, the Grizzlies have all their first-round picks and a pick from the Golden State Warriors in 2024. Although it's uncertain if the Grizzlies would pursue Durant, they have enough talent to get the Nets' attention if they were motivated. Next up, would the Pelicans do Ingram? The Pelicans would be at the top of the Durant list if they were motivated. Still, they are lower on the list because of the widespread belief in league circles that they won't. According to Christian Clark of NOLA.com, the Pelicans are unwilling to trade Brandon Ingram for KD as of August. Despite several injuries, the squad has a 9-6 record, and several sources agree that the roster is a good fit for the team. However, the Pelicans have a lot of draft money to offer, including all of its first-round picks. Some have rights to trade picks with the Milwaukee Bucks and Los Angeles Lakers, and 2 to 3 that it has acquired outright from the Bucks and Lakers. Would the Pelicans give up the 2023 Lakers trade in exchange for Durant? That is incredibly doubtful, with a chance at Victor Wembanyama being more important than signing a 34-year-old Durant. Jonas Valles, Devontae Graham, Jackson Hayes, and Dyson Daniels may all help the Pelicans acquire access to Durant's salary. However, the deal is only outstanding compared to how many draft selections New Orleans would be ready to give up without Ingram and the chance at Wembanyama. Next up, does Brooklyn choose a crosstown rival? Due to their geographical location, the New York Knicks might not belong on the list. Any offer may be deemed a non-starter by the Nets on moral grounds. rounds. But if it gets a chance, New York can present a convincing argument. The Knicks also hold 3 protected first-round picks in 2023 from the Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, and Washington Wizards, in addition to all of their first-round picks, as well as a 2025 first-round pick from the Milwaukee Bucks. If both parties were eager to reach an agreement, that draft capital might be sufficient. The Knicks also have several promising young players to offer, like Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, and Emmanuel Quickley, among others. Evan Fournier and at least one veteran player like Mitchell Robinson or Derrick Rose would likely be required for salary matching. RJ Barrett might be added, but his contract is viewed as a poison pill because it pays the Knicks $10.9 million in outgoing compensation and the Nets $23.6 million incoming salary. Despite this, it would be relatively inexpensive. Which amount would the Knicks accept? The lack of roster space is another problem with any 3-1, 4-1, or even 5-1 deal. The Nets are limited to signing 15 players to standard contracts. In the current rotation, players like Yuta Watanabe, Markieff Morris, and Edmond Sumner, who are partially or not guaranteed, are one of their 3 guaranteed players. A third team may have lessened pressure, which would make a potential KD deal more complicated. Next up, Warriors' 3 young prospects. With James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody, Golden State has made it crystal clear that the team is developing its future stars in addition to competing and winning titles. This may be the case, but the team has had a difficult start this year, 6-9. The possibility of Steph Curry and Durant winning championships again may make the sacrifice worthwhile. If true, the trio's combined earnings of $19.1 million fall far short of what Durant needs to make. How are the Warriors going to make up for the $16.1 million shortfall? Draymond Green, $25.8 million, requesting a contract extension past his 2023-24 player option, $27.6 million, may have to be the answer. Green might join a third team if the Nets' main priority is a rebuild. Green and all 3 young players, as well as a Warriors first-round selection in 2028 or 2029, are a lot to ask, given the team's aspirations to balance winning and rebuilding. Green continues to be an essential member of the Warriors' team dynamics and the defense's quarterback. Next off is Jaylen Brown a consideration for Boston? Because it is doubtful that the team will make Jaylen Brown available for Durant, the Celtics are ranked lower on this ranking. If they did, they would rise dramatically. It is questionable how important Brown versus Anunoby versus Bridges is. Of the 3, Brown has likely the most experience. The Nets might want Marcus Smart to complete the deal, and Boston can offer fewer first-round picks than other potential suitors. The majority of the difference between Brown's $28.7 million and Durant's salary can be made up by the Celtics without Smart. However, the group has the best overall record in the NBA at 12-3, which was enhanced by the arrival of Malcolm Brogdon, following their appearance in the NBA Finals in June. Is Durant the right move for a club that may already be the greatest in the NBA? Next up, does taking Simmons give the Lakers a shot? For a club that has been quite bad to start the season, the Los Angeles Lakers haven't been willing to give up their 2027 and 2029 first-round picks in any transactions that don't make an instant difference. Ben Simmons also has trouble maintaining his health and consistency after being benched by the Nets. That is, with his $113.7 million deal through 2024-2025, owing to the Nets. Would the Nets be willing to use all that money to sign expiring guys like Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, and Patrick Beverley? Few teams can sign both Durant and Simmons. Though the Lakers don't have as many firsts as the top teams on this list, the 2 picks come far after the contracts of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and Ben Simmons expire. This summer, the Nets' cap space might total $71 to $81 million. It wouldn't be expected if Durant changed his mind and decided to move back to Brooklyn, given how unpredictable everything about the Nets has been. Maybe his friend can persuade him to return to the Nets. So which team do you think Kevin Durant will be joining? Do you think Kevin Durant will return to the Nets? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.